you leave in your estate over $1 million. Joining us now is Mattie Duppler from Americans for Tax Reform. Mattie, have I got that? I can hardly believe this. Have I got that right? If you die and you leave over $1 million, whatever is over $1 million gets hit at a 55% rate. Is that right?
That's correct, Stuart, and I think it's telling that you called Taxmageddon Deathmageddon earlier, because that's exactly where we're headed. This is part of the big tax hike coming down the pipe on 2013. The death tax in particular is a problem because it's coming from the rate of 35%, an exclusion of $5 million. It's going to drop the exclusion to $1 million and going to increase the rate to 55%, just as you said. However, on top of that, we have a surtax that's going to be a graduated surtax on any estates making estates valued over $10 million to $17 million. There's another 5% surtax. So what we're looking at is a 60% surtax on some of these estates when families are dealing with the death of a loved one. You know, and the thing is, we see a lot of discussion about the fiscal cliff, about Taxmageddon, about what's coming down the pipe. If you recall, in 2010, the death tax was supposed to expire. President Obama extended it, and he extended it as part of a tax cut package, saying that we need to extend these tax cuts because it's a problem for the economy, because our economy is too weak to withstand this kind of impact if we let taxes go up. As you've been throwing around the recession word earlier, I don't see how this has changed. I don't see how we're in a position now where increasing taxes is helpful.
Okay, well, let's go through the process for a second. There's going to be an election in November. I don't know what the result's going to be. Then there's going to be a lame duck Congress, which may or may not deal with this tax cliff that's coming on January the 1st. There are some who are saying, look, they won't do anything about it. We will go over the tax cliff, and then the new incoming Congress will retroactively say, no, we're not going over the tax cliff. But I put it to you, can you actually retroactively change the estate tax rate? I mean, if you've already died and you've already been hit with 55% over $1 million, it's very hard retroactively not die and pay that rate. Or am I just crazy?
Yes, unless we're looking at a zombie surtax, I think we're going to have some problems administrating that. But I mean, I would keep in mind that back in 2010, the payroll tax had expired, and it was retroactively, to some extent, put back into place because of the way that people file their taxes. Of course, people aren't filing right in January 2013. They're waiting until the spring. So I think that this will be telling. We'll see what the Congress wants to accomplish after the election, which, you know, I think its track record really gives us a dismal look. But, you know, the thing to keep in mind is there are two things we're looking at with this fiscal cliff. We're looking at a huge tax hike. We're looking at one of the largest tax hikes in history, and Congress needs to look at that and say, you know, be serious about what those kinds of economic consequences are. And I think so far we haven't seen a serious discussion as to what that's going to be like.
I think you're right. Mattie Duppler, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks,
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much indeed.